And when you open Touch Designer, you will see this kind of view at first. And for today, maybe you see also this kind of palette and some property window here. Today, we're not using this palette, so just close this. And basically, this is like a default template and always like a pop-up this project. And as a user interface, here you can see pane layout, and you can change layout with 2 windows or some horizontal windows or like a 4 windows, depend on what kind of project you're gonna do. And for today, we just go back to single one. And what you see here is a property window. And if you type P on the keyboard, you can just turn on and off. Also, if you just right click in the space, you have these parameters, and you can just turn off from here. Both is the same. So you can just turn on and off with P or from here. And what you have here at the bottom, there's a time code. If we do some animation project, we use this one, but right now it's just running and it's a bit annoying, so we just close it. So we can just stop from here and just put here to having 0. And it's kind of similar to Grasshopper. If you just select this kind of nose, you can just select and move nose with a left click. And if you want to select multiple, maybe you can use this rectangle one. And rectangle one, you can use right click with multiple choice. And if you want to select something like specific, you select one and then Control. And then you can also pick 2 of them together. And on the left click, it will be pan. I think it's a little bit different from Grasshopper, so you might confuse a little bit. I'm also even confusing. And so this is pan, and this is selection. And also with the middle wheel, you can just zoom in and zoom out. And sometimes if you scroll too much, you will sometimes see this kind of weird stuff. And this is more detailed information in Touch Designer, and we don't want to go for this. So we can also scroll in to go back this kind of space. Was it clear? Maybe I just scroll out again. If we scroll like a zoom in and zoom out, sometimes we just zoom out too much. And then we just want to go back to the main space. So zoom in here, go back to space. And those elements in Grasshopper, we are calling this kind of stuff component. In Touch Designer, we calling this nodes or operators. And operators are kind of long, so we just call it OP. And if you want to add some operators, you double click in the space. Again, just something empty space and double click to open this window. It's a operator create dialog, so you have some operators to use. You can double click, or you can also add from this class, like a add operator. So this is same. And then you have some different kind of operators here. I just put some information from official Touch Designer site. And so comp is more like object components for the 3D objects or some 2D information. And TOP is a texture operators. So all 2D image operators will be here. And CHOPS is a channel operators. So if we use some motion or audio or animation stuff, we're gonna use here. And SOP is the surface operators. So if we use some 3D points or polygons and 3D primitives, all available here. And MAT is material operators. So for the materials or shaders, we can use here. And DAT is data operators. If we use some imported information, we can also use here. And custom, right now we don't have it. And for this workshop, we are not using this custom. It's a little bit advanced right now. And if we want to search some specific operators, we can search in this window. For example, something like N noise. We can find easily some operators from this search window. And in the bottom, you will see some informations here. So if you want to know what kind of operator is, you can also check the description in the bottom box. Okay, so if you want to place some operators, you just select one of them, like a noise, and then you can just place in the space. Once again, I just put something like this. And if you want to copy paste components, it's same as Grasshopper or some other software. It's just Control-C and Control-V. You can just make copy of those nodes. And if you want to delete those nodes, just delete tab in the keyboard, or you can also right click and there's a delete here. You can also delete. So just calling some operators and copy paste and delete. And let's put noise. From TOP, I just found from here. And also just put something like null. And if you want to connect each other, just put this here, and then the wire is coming, and you can connect. again, from here, you can just connect here. And if you want to disconnect this wire, you can just go here and right click. And there's a possibility insert some operators or some adding operators and disconnect. So you can also disconnect from here. So the wire is gone. And if something is wrong, you just want to undo it. It's gonna be just Control Z and Control Y is redo. I think this is also same for some softwares. And maybe you want to put some notes. So there's a comment. You can put Shift C to call this comment. I go through this here. So Shift key and C. And then you can type something, Hadria node or something like this. And I just delete this guys because we not using this. And if the code is kind of getting complicated, you just want to group it. And in the Grasshopper, you might do group, but in Touch Designer, it's kind of similar, but it's calling network box. So you type Shift and B, you will get networks box. Shift key and B. And you just stretch this network box. Oops. Stretch. And this is going to be grouped. So if you work on some complicated networking, you can just put this here. And if you want to remove some nodes, you can go to right click, and then there's an option for enclose operators here. Right click and enclose operators. And if you turn off, you can just remove this guy out of this group. And similar to network box and comment, we have also like a similar component, similar node, including networking and comment. You just double click again to call operator create dialog and go to comp. And there's annotate here. And annotate, you can also group it together. Also, you can comment here. You can just type whatever you want. And there's also same function like enclose operators here. So you can just turn on or off. And okay, so this is the introduction. We just went through here, this pre-session into Touch Designer, from opening Touch Designer and user interface and property window and timecode and mouse functions for some selection nodes or multiple nodes, zoom in, out, and about node operators. We have some COMs, TOPs, CHOPs, SOPs, DATs, MATs, and so on. And okay, I also forgot this one. So if you have this window, you can press Tab key on the keyboard to change these functions. On the keyboard, Tab key. And we already placed some operators, copy-paste operators, and deleting and connecting operators, undo, redo, and comment, and network inbox for grouping, annotate for grouping together with comments, and so on. So this is the basic introduction for Touch Designer. You can also check this page. There's a Touch Designer documentation, and if you go to operators, you can see some information about operators. If you search something like okay, noise, then you will see some information. And if you want to know, okay, I don't know noise TOP, you can also check from here, and then it will be description.